What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got it going for you guys today. Going to be doing a little bit of public land scouting again, getting out to a new area that I've never been to before, and going to put some boots on the ground today, see if we can't find some deer sign somewhere that I can hunt this upcoming season. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's probably going to be hot, nasty, and sweaty, but we're going to have a good time doing it. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, get updates on new content, and help the channel grow. Thank you guys for watching these videos, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so just made it out here to the piece of public that I'm going to be scouting today. What it is it's a little block of hardwoods that's completely surrounded by a big pine thicket, and looks to be planted pines. It's real thick in here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk the edge of that pine thicket where it transfers over here into the hardwoods, walk the transition line, see if I can't see any deer sign. And I've got my saddle on, so good chance that I might try to jack up in a tree and sit for a couple hours just to see if I see any deer moving in here. Maybe find some oak trees that have a good acorn crop this year. So just have to see how it goes and see how it pans out, see if we can't find some deer sign. Okay, so one thing I want to make a note that you need to pay attention to is ground vegetation. Keep an eye out when you start walking down these kind of open areas, kind of like a field or a roadbed or something. Look at the browse line. Pay attention to the tops of these little this ground vegetation to see if the deer are nipping the tops out of them. I've got a prime example right here that I'm going to turn around and show you guys, where the deer are just absolutely grazing in the tops out of this whole entire area of this ground vegetation. Alright, so I made it out here to the corner where the public land goes over into the private land, and just on the other side of the private land fence there's a whole row of big white oaks and several deer trails coming out of the public onto the private. And I eased back in the woods just a little bit, and I found a pretty decent line of rubs coming out of the private back into the public. So it's a big pine thicket over here on the public land. So I think what they're doing is bedding over here in the private, going out to the public, or bedding in the public land and going out to the private land to eat and stuff. So I think I'm gonna put a pin right here where these rubs are at, and this might be a spot to set up. It's not a whole lot of sign. Not finding a lot of fresh sign, so that's kind of a letdown. I was actually finding more fresh sign right by the road, which is probably what I'll hunt the first of the season, and see if maybe these deer push further back in here where I'm at now throughout the season and later into the year. So I'm gonna move on down. There's a little field, or looks like a dried up swamp bed, that I'm gonna go down there and see if it's grown up. Might be a good bedding area, so I'll let you guys know what I find. Getting into the fresh sign now, guys. Turned around and walked the other way down this road. Just started walking out towards that field that I was talking about. Just found a fresh rub that was probably made in the last week or two, and pretty good trail through here. So I'm getting a little excited. I think we're gonna find some deer. Alright, so I just crawled over this bank down here to this creek right here behind me, and I jumped a deer out of a bed right here. So I'm gonna turn the camera around, show you guys what a bed looks like. This is where the deer was laying right here. Couldn't tell if it was a buck or a doe. I just saw the tail going through the woods. Get down here in the bed. If I can get this camera to focus. There's hair all in the bed right here. Fresh bed. So while I'm sitting right here, I'm gonna look around and see what I can see from this position, and see what kind of what I can sneak up on and what I can't. I just crawled down in the creek bottom, and guys, buck tracks, deer tracks, just in general. There's so many deer tracks down in this creek, it's ridiculous. That little field that I was trying to get to is actually just on the other side of this creek. So I'm going to cross this creek and get out there on that field, and I'm probably going to climb up in my saddle right here on the edge of all this, and just kind of watch it for an hour or two maybe, and see kind of if I can figure out what's using this area. But I mean, this sign is fresh. So I just jumped another deer out of this creek bottom, and it was a pretty good buck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna slip out of here kind of easy. I don't want to ruin this spot. I'm several weeks out from season, but I just don't want to come in here and booger it up too bad. I feel pretty sure that these deer will be back in here. Neither deer blew at me, and I don't think they had any idea what I was. But I'm just going to get out of here, head back to the car, and I'll close this video out if I don't see anything between now and then. This Mississippi weather is brutal. I love scouting as much as the next guy, but man, it's like 90 degrees outside, 80% humidity. I think I just heard a deer. It's like 90 degrees outside, 80% humidity. It's just miserable. I'm gonna head back to the car, and see if I can't come up with some water, because I am wringing wet. And I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Like I said before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, help the channel grow. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, have a blessed rest of your day. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.